In, in spite of the length and the severity of the day of resurrection, it will be lighter for the believer than one of the compulsory prayers. It was said to the Messenger of Allah, the day the measurement of which is 50,000 years, that is an extremely long day. The Messenger of Allah said, by the one who has my soul in his hand, it is made light for the believer, to the extent that it is more light for him than a compulsory prayer he performs in the world. But two of the narrators of his chain are weak. It related it with a different phrasing, related that went to the Messenger of Allah and said, inform me of he who is strong enough to stand on the day of resurrection, about which Allah said, the day when all mankind will stand before the Lord of all of the Alamin, mankind, jinn, and all that exist. He said it is made light for the believer to the extent that it is like a compulsory prayer for him. On the day of resurrection, the believers will have chairs of light upon which they will sit, and they will be shaded by clouds above them. For them, the day of resurrection will be like an hour from the day of, or like one of its two limits, its beginning or end. Some of the punishments that have been prepared for those who do not pay the zakat that is due upon them, related that the Messenger of Allah said, there is no possessor of a kanz, literally treasure here. It means any wealth for which zakat is not paid, who does not pay its right zakat, except that plates are heated in the fire of hell, and then his forehead, his sides, and his back are ironed by them, until Allah rules between his slaves in a day whose measurement is 50,000 years from what you count. Then he will see his destination, either to paradise or to the hellfire. He then mentioned the rest of the hadith, which is about one who refuses to pay zakat on sheep and camels. He will be thrown on his face for them, for his sheep and camels on an even, smooth land. He will be trampled over by their akhfa, feet of camels, and their asla, feet of sheep. Aslaf are also the feet of cows and deer, and they will butt him with their horns. Every time the last of them passes by him, the first one is brought back to do the same, until Allah judges between his slaves on a day whose measurement is 50,000 years from what you count. Then that person will see his destination, either to paradise or to the hellfire. And Muslim related the same, each with his respective chain, related that he heard the Prophet say, whoever has camels for which he doesn't give their due right in their hardship and their ease, then they will come on the day of resurrection, the most Aghzar they ever were, the most in number, the fattest they ever were, and the most Ansar, providing happiness, they ever were. This all means they will be in very good shape. He will be thrown on his face on a level, smooth land, and they will trample him with their feet. When the last of them goes by him, the first one will be brought back for him on a day whose measurement is 50,000 years. This will continue until Allah rules between the people. Then he will see his destination, and if he had cows for which he did not pay their due right, zakat, in their hardship and ease, then they will come on the day of resurrection more fast and active than they ever were, bigger than ever before, fatter than ever before, more answer providing happiness than ever before, more in number than ever before, and more answer than ever before. Then he will be thrown on his face on a level, smooth land. Every possessor of feet of a cow, sheep, or deer will trample him, and every possessor of a horn will butt him. When the last of them passes by him, the first one will be brought back for him. On a day whose measurement is 50,000 years, this will continue until Allah judges between the people, and then he will see his destination, Ahman. This can only mean that that day is calculated to be 50,000 years from the years you count, and Allah knows best.